Put your money in tack, put your money in tack. Invest and show that your money come back. Put your money in tack, put your money in tack. Invest and show that your money come back. Everybody say, one child, one youth, one tack. One child, one youth, one tack, 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 tack. Become financially free. Join the abundance community, diaspora city. Yeah, we got global accessibility. Your future, your currency. Everybody say, one child, one youth, one tack. One child, one youth, one tack, 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 tack. Become financially free. Join the Abundance Community Diaspora City. Contact our website or social media for more info. Everybody say, one child, one youth, one tack. One child, one youth, one tack, 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 tack.
Hello, everybody. I want to welcome you again to another awesome trainings. You know, all our trainings are awesome, you know. So that is why this platform, this environment should be overflowing with Tiashans. We have over 3,000 in the Telegram group. So we should have that number here, but I'm glad to see that we are picking up. We are 6 after the hour and we have 76 participants. So kudos to you. So yeah, let's keep that up. So I want to welcome all of you to this training. I want to say a special thank you to the leaders and to all who are doing the necessaries, to the meaningful specifics. Welcome to this house. Today, our training is going to focus on TACC Reflections. Okay, this is the first training of the year before we go to the exchange. So I thought it would be pertinent to hear from various people who have been in TACC to so that we can hear their voice. Let's hear what TACC means to them, how they see TACC going forward. So I thought it was important to have that. So the first half of this training will be on that, where we have 5 Tiashans expressing their views about TACC, reflecting on TACC. And then the second half will be a question and answer session. So I know a lot of you all have questions. No matter how trivial it is, I always say that to my students, I'm a professor. You may think that the question is too simple to ask. That is okay. You ask it. If there's something you do not understand, you ask it, and then we will endeavor to answer you. There are leaders in the house that I have asked to be on hand to answer these questions, as well as other leaders who would be able to answer these questions. So get your questions ready. You are coming into this training already muted. So if you have a question, you just raise your hand and we will allow you to speak. And so let us go to the first half of this training on TACC Reflections. And so we have 5 Tiashans who will speak about TACC. They will just do it. Each of them will just take 5 minutes. They will speak about when they joined the TACC community and why. Why did they join? Why did they buy TACC? They will speak to us about their journey so far. They will speak to us about what they see the future of TACC to be and what role that they would play in the future of TACC and how they will be a change. Because this is what we are about. We are about making a positive impact in our community. So they will speak about how they will be a change in their community and any words of wisdom. Do they have any words of wisdom, motivating words for this community? Okay, so without further ado, and it's a lot to say in 5 minutes, but of course, because our time is always short for these trainings, so we have to have it compact. And so the first one that I will call is Madam Tiny. Now, Madam Tiny is Tiny Bridget Kofu, and I hope I pronounced this correctly, Madam Tiny, and she is the National Executive Coordinator of South Africa. Madam Tiny, the floor is yours. Tell us about TACC. Madam Tiny, you're muted. Hmm. Okay, let's call somebody else. Madam Tiny may be having some network issues. So let's go to Mr. Brown, Mr. Ainsley Brown. Mr. Ainsley Brown is the National Executive Coordinator of Jamaica. Mr. Brown, are you there? The floor is yours.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Good evening, family. When did I join TACC? I joined TACC in 2020. Why did I buy TACC? Well, I read the white paper and I saw the rollback malaria program pay off the national debt for the Afro diaspora and the Caribbean. The slogan, one TACC, one youth, one child. That's why I buy TAC because I see that there was something there for me and there was something there for the youth and my family as well. I when I joined TAC, I personally at first I just wanted to buy a couple of coins, just leave them till they mature. To be quite frank, I had bought 5,000 TAC and I totally forgot about the password and all of this these things and but then the more I come to training, the more I listen to the audio, the more I come to meeting, I realize that there is meat on the bones for us. So I chew the meat and I spit out the bones. My journey so far in TAC is I got a degree in human development, self-discipline, management by just showing up to a meeting like this one and listen to everyone, every questions, and also listen to Chief Abundance, the youth ambassador, and the audio, and learn from all of you and this thing. Where, what do you do? I see in the future for TAC. Well, we talk about that a greater than Bitcoin is here, and I never see my TAC below the price of Bitcoin. Even before I learned the slogan that I greater than Bitcoin was here, I started to multiply my TAC for the price of Bitcoin for at least 3-4 years now. So from the moment I come in and I read the white paper, I says, this can be something great for me, and this can be something great for my family and my country. So the value I place on TAC is way more than what I'm seeing in the natural. What would I play in the future of TAC is continue to be a meaningful specific and continue to expand the base. And trying to change my community. How would I change my community? Well, as a Jamaican, I realized that in Jamaica that there's a few ambulances in the whole island. I live in a community here in New York where there possibly about maybe 700,000-800,000 people, and I have more fire station and more ambulances here in Poughkeepsie where I live than they have in the whole Jamaica. Those have to change. New infrastructure, hospital. Kids need to be educated with the new technology at an early age, that we never had growing up. So I need to see that change in my community in the island of Jamaica. And I know within myself that as long as we stand firm and continue to pursue the dreams and the vision of TAC, we will be able to fulfill those desires and needs that we have. Final words of wisdom. We have heard slogans like dream and become, it is finished, limitless. We have heard this song Dr. Daly do called It Is Finished. I want to read a quote from a song that I knew for a few years now. It's called flying without wings. It says everybody's looking for something, one thing that make it all complete. You will find it in the strangest places, places you never know it could be. Some find it in the faces of their children. Some find it in their lovers' eyes. Who can deny the joy that it brings when you find that special thing? You are flying without wings. Some find it cheering every morning. Some find it in the solitary nights. You'll find it in the words of Hadar. A simple line can make you laugh, I cry. You'll find it in the deep friendship you can cherish all your life. And when you find that special thing, you will be flying without wings. What is flying without wings? Flying without wings means you can achieve success and personal growth through your own effort without needing anyone. We as Theacians, as the chief has always said to us, that we don't need any outsider. We can do it all by ourselves as a unit, in unity and of purpose. So today we are flying without wings. Thank you.
Wow, Mr. Brown, Mr. Brown, this was awesome. You know, there are so many giants in this TACC community, and you are one of them. I really admire your faith and your belief. Your belief. I love what you said. I actually wrote it down. The value you have placed in TACC is way more than you are seeing in the natural. Your belief, you are seeing it, and it will come to pass. Thank you, Mr. Brown. Thank you so much. Madam Tiny, are you there now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let me introduce you again, Madam Tiny. So Madam Tiny is Madam Tiny Bridget Kofu, and if I've mispronounced your name, please let me know that. And she is the National Executive Coordinator of South Africa. Madam Tiny, go ahead. It's your turn.
Okay, thanks, Dr. Delia. Good evening, everyone, all the Theacians on the globe. As on my side this evening. Okay, when did I join TACC? I know, before I answer that one, I know about TACC in February 2020, but I joined in April 2020. Then what was the reason why do I join? It's because I'm a crypto person. So I thought because it's a crypto, let me jump in this new coin, then I will learn along the way going forward. Then I bought some few coins for myself, for my family, and so on. And then now when I was reading the white paper, that's where I see that, okay, and the slogan, then I decided to continue with the slogan, to do the slogan. Then my journey now with TACC, it was up and down, hiccups here and there. Otherwise, when I started, I bought the coin for my family. Then now we were encouraged to adopt kids or buy the coins from our primary schools or from wherever, from the schools where we were studying. Then I decided to pick on my primary school in 2021. I adopted about, the school was having enrollment of 430, but because of the laws in that school, I managed to get 134 children to buy coins for them, each one coin, one child, one coin. So I bought them one coin per child. And I was there, then it continues with Bereka. Then the coin went on the exchange in June. And in my country or in my group by then, because I was just I was a group leader by then, I decided to monitor when the coin went into the exchange to tell them, how is it done? Then it went up from $1 to $3 up to $30 but later it went down because of the dumpers. Then the rough road came for me in 2022. What do I mean when I say rough road? It was then now I was inactive on tech because now I was discouraged by the dumpers. Then I decided to start now spinning around, as Mr. Abundant says, some are spinning around to try something else, but all they failed. Up until I came back in 2023 with full force, because I can see now tech is always be there. Then what do I do, or what will I do with the future of tech? Tech is a future digital currency. Then now this currency is for us, the Africans, or is for us, the people of color. So I want to encourage people to buy crypto or to be involved in crypto space, because the crypto is a free money, everybody, and crypto doesn't have any class. As long as you have a smartphone, you can buy crypto. Then what will I do to my community? I will continue expanding the base, more especially that we are having this solar energy. When I'm connecting with the government people or other people, then after this energy, it's easy now to procure and get into and get more people to be Tiashans. Because now with digital space or with digital money, there is no limit on how much you must have, as long as you are able to buy the coin. And again, to encourage people to be meaning specific, and again, to be patient with their digital currency, because with the cryptocurrency, you need to be patient. You need to wait. You need to be patient. More especially if you cannot trade. But if you can trade, you can make money, whether the coin is going down or going up. But if you cannot trade, you need to buy and hold the coin until it rises and it gives you the profit we are looking for. Okay, lastly, the word of wisdom. Let me say first, I am encouraging, or I would encourage people on tech or the Tiashans or everybody to continue with the spirit of Ubuntu. The Ubuntu means humanity. So let's continue with the spirit of Ubuntu. That means we buy the coins for those who are less privileged. Then what must we do? As Tiashans, now we are on the diasporan city, as we are about to build our diasporan cities in all the countries that are involved with tech. So what I would like to encourage all the Tiashans, we are coming from different facts of life. We are having different professionals. Like with me, by the time I was working, I was a teacher by profession. In fact, I'm a teacher by profession. I was a teacher by then, but now, not now. I'm no more a teacher. I'm no more working. So there are doctors here, medical doctors. There are engineers, police, security, every fact of life. We are here. I would encourage us to roll up our sleeves, to build our own diasporan city, not to hire anyone. Although the system was not good for us when we started, but let's use what we got from the system of the elite to build our diasporan city, not to hire anyone. Everybody should roll up the sleeves. Let us be like Chinese some 10, 20 years ago. They roll up their sleeves. Whenever you are on leave, if you are still working, whenever you are on leave, roll up your sleeves and go to the diasporan city and try to build wherever, or to do your part. If you are a professor, a doctor, we need the hospitals. we need the people who are going to be the drivers. If you have a license, everybody should roll up the sleeves and continue to build our diasporan city to get us free from poverty. Thank you.
Yay, thank you, Madam Tiny. What powerful words of wisdom. Continue with the spirit of Ubuntu. I love that. I love that. And you are right. This community is full of talented people, gifted people, and we can do this. Madam Tiny, I appreciate your openness, your transparency, your fervor for TACC, and it is my honor to know you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, you are welcome. Okay, I now want to call on Mr. Victor. Mr. Victor is Mr. Victor Ngare Mordi. I hope I said that correctly, Mr. Victor. And Mr. Victor is the Assistant National Executive Coordinator of South Nigeria. Now, Mr. Victor, I am so sorry for the error that I made and I removed one of the Souths. I actually was told it was South Nigeria, but I thought it was a typo because I've never heard of south of a place. So I'm so sorry for the error that I made. So Mr. Victor, you there? The floor is yours.
Okay, doctor, thank you. I'm here. Good evening, house. Yeah, it's a pleasure always. A great time indeed for this very opportunity. And I really want to thank you so much for the ideas, innovations, and all that you're doing with your assistant perfecting the course of TACC. Doctor, 5 questions you put across to me, or 6. I will start with one. Maybe one says, when I joined TACC, to be very precise, I joined TACC in the month of April 2024. The month of April 2024, that was when I joined TACC. And as God will have it, I bought my first coin that was on 30th of April, still 2024. TACC was introduced to me by a colleague whom we were working together then with P&G, so Mr. Chigozie Polinius. I give thanks to God for him pressing on me. I wasn't only the only person. We have plenty of colleagues, up to about 35 of us in a group, our platform, but I think just very few. I was among the few who yielded to his pressure, and so on. I decided to go on. My in number 2, you said on why I bought TACC. Doctor, to be very precise with you, I bought TACC from with the zeal of a past experience. TACC came to me as something on the platter of gold, and I was still nursing the pains of having lost a $500 sometime with some certain stuff in the UK, though it was solely on a binary dealing. You know, yeah, plus option and big option. These are the two investments I made. You know, I lost my money. So the issue of TACC was very skeptical to me, but at the same time, I cautioned myself when Chigozie was still talking to me, sending series of Chief Abundance audios. And I think if I could still remember vividly, the last audio I listened on that day, I haven't returned from the church service, and that happens to be the last Sunday in the month of April. I was listening to the audio Chief Abundance made when he was on a certain island. Yeah, I could see he was on a beach, you know. I think it was that, just that audio I was listening to. And I just said, well, let me give it a trial. So I bought TAC with my feeling of responsibility. I bought TAC not because I was pressured in any form. And that is why I'm ever ready to bear the burden of being patient, irrespective of whatsoever we hear from around. So that is what I can say on why I bought TAC. So it was on myself, mind made up. So I bought TAC on that area. Then on question 3, whether talk about my journey of TAC, Doctor, to be very candid with you, my journey within this short period in TAC has been full of experience. Indeed, it has been full of experience. There's nothing to shy away from that. And these experiences um, lies across creating new relationships. You know, this calls me to remember a certain NGO they call there's this Medicine Without Borders, San Francisco. Yeah, there is an NGO you call San Francisco. So their slogan is that they don't have a border. They are doctors without borders. So in TAC, the relationships have created or we're building in TAC is such that maybe I'm still imagining because distances have never been a barrier. So I'm enjoying this journey of a relationship. I'm also enjoying the experiences of learning new things, new norms, new culture, new habits, everything that has to do with human building, human development in terms of capacity wise. I've learned a great deal when it comes to TAC. You know, education, of course, in TAC, I've been told too well that yes, it is important. But the critical things of being a manager and a development, an initiator, an innovator, an inventor, these are things that we have lost sight in the social culture of our educations. So all of these things I've learned in TAC, you know. So what about politics? I've also learned a great deal about politics. It is in TAC I've been told that yes, people we see out there do not have our mercy, but instead have frustrated us to live at their own mercy. So TAC has given me another cultural view, you know, from continent to continent. I've learned a whole lot of things economically, socially. I mean, I've got to meet personalities whom, even if I'm to make mention, I wouldn't make just mention of abundance alone, whom I've opportunity to be with one on one. I also mention you. I also mention the chief of staff. We've been speaking from afar, but in the cost of TAC, we finally met. Did I hope to having a dealing with these people? No, I did not, but the opportunity has given to me or was given to me through TAC. On the other issue you talked about, question 4, you see, patience, you know, patient is key for sure. Patient is key. I think the question 4, let me go back if I could get it properly. When it says, I mean, very sorry, doctor.
What do you see as the future of TAC? The
Thank
future for
you.
TAC?
The future for TAC. Yeah. The future of TAC, indeed, is large. The scope of TAC is large. So therefore, is it something we are just anticipating for tomorrow or next tomorrow? No. So if you talked about the future of TAC, I see it something that requires patience because it is broad. I require my patient to be there with TAC. So indeed, the future, I will say, is bright for every Tiashian who has the spirit of patience, who has the spirit of self-control, who has the spirit of a foresight to knowing too well that yes, what is ahead of us is enough to actually have the patience to waiting for. So success, they say, has never been immediate, but those who have built success for themselves actually walk with the spirit of patience. So, Tiatians, we are also encouraged to wear the spirit of patience. People in the community, we must remain resolute, committed, so that that which we can make for ourselves, may I say, the future of TAC is not just continental, it is a global future. That is to say, it's a big one. On the question 5, Doctor, you asked me about having no, sorry if I'm not missing.
What part I asked for number 5 is what part you will play in the future, and
In
number
the
6
future.
is do you have any motivating words? So maybe you can
Thank you
talk
so much.
about these two
Yeah.
together.
In the number 5, my future for sure, whatever role I'm going to play in TAC, may I say, first, it lies in the hands of God. If it keeps me alive to tarry to see the progress of TAC, whatsoever opportunity that is given to me, I will grab it with my full chest. And I'm also very ready to be that change, because change has been the national anthem of TAC. And I recall when Chief Abundance is always saying, what gives him pains is when he is no more, what will Tiatians become like? So I will embrace that culture of actually being the change in my community, making an impact that will remain a long lasting in the hands of the citizens of my community. And in number 6, my motivation for TAC as a community is just a simple one. Our disunity that have caused our downfall is no longer a news to among us as a community and to the Western world. But what will become a news tomorrow is when we resolve to be united, so that we can pick up from where we have fallen for thousands of years and begin to build a stronger future for Africa and her people. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Mr. Victor. I remember when you joined TAC. I remember that your first training, and I remember you were always, you are. I say were, but you are. You have always been fire, on fire for TAC, and I know that you work hard and you have brought so many people into TAC. You are a committed Tiashan, and we are so thankful for you, Mr. Victor. Okay, and now I want to call on Madam Nakiba James. Madam Nakiba is the Caribbean Youth Ambassador. Madam Nakiba, the floor is yours.
Good day, everyone. Thank you, Madam Delia. Today, I would like to share my reflection on my journey in tax so far. So, I joined the Abundance community in December of 2020. After listening to the first audio I received from Chief Abundance, and that was through the Assistant National Executive Coordinator for Antigua and Barbuda, Madam Colette Colborn, I was compelled to join after. I was always gifted when it came to discerning information and trusting my instincts, and I could hear the sincerity and honesty from Chief Abundance through his audios. Coupled with the understanding of the importance of the mission and vision of TAC, it wasn't really hard for me to invest and push this vision. Every other day, I remember visiting Colette's shop, and during these visits, I would have my book with a long list of names of new investors and to also top up my account. And she would say, "Girl, you need easy title, no?" And every time I felt a sense of satisfaction and joy, knowing that I was playing my part in making the world a better place to live in and also providing the opportunity for youth that I didn't get growing up. After consistently spreading the mission and inviting new investors, I was offered the position of the National Youth Ambassador for Antigua and subsequently the Caribbean Youth Ambassador. Then in 2021, I lost my job due to the mandatory COVID-19 vaccinations. And I told myself then that I would never end up in a position where my money is controlled by another person ever again. Then I told my mom that TACC would be my main job from now on, because deep within me, I knew my purpose was being fulfilled in TACC. After being in the community for 4 years now, I can honestly say TACC has been nothing but a blessing to me and my family. This community has changed my mindset completely to the point where I see the world in a totally different light. We are indeed blessed to witness the gradual development of our community over the years, and some may see 4 years as a delay or a long waiting time, but for me, it was 4 years of learning and understanding because I am able to see the full picture of TAC on a grand scale. I have also witnessed the challenges that can result from being on an exchange we have no control over. So now I can appreciate the need for launching our own exchange. I have also witnessed the ill intentions of dumpers on previous exchanges to appreciate the importance of reaching our hard cap and launching TAC at 15,000 or more as the baseline. By paying attention to every detail along the way, I cannot say I'm a crypto expert, but I can say I am quite knowledgeable where the technology is concerned, and that is all thanks to TAC. For for the future, with the foundation we are building in terms of base expansion, creating utilities such as through TAP Marketplace, TAP Diasporian City, and our social programs, etc. TAC has no other choice but to become the most utilized cryptocurrency in the future and hence the most valuable. And even if it takes 10 more years, I will continue to spread this vision because I know my future is sure intact. With TAC reaching financial maturity, I will be able to give back to my community in a more impactful way, especially when it comes to the youth, because I could create programs that foster the growth of individualistic talents and abilities, and in turn, these children will grow up to use their expertise for the betterment of our communities. As for now, introducing TAC to others is the best gift I could give to another in this period of time, so I will keep giving this gift. As I come to the end of this reflection, I would like to remind the community that the journey to any destination is just as important as arriving at the destination. Sometimes the most memorable event happens along the way and not by the way. Thank you for listening, and may 2025 bring more wisdom and prosperity to our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Nakiba. If you should see me now, I am covered with goosebumps. Your testimony has touched me, it has inspired me. You are a giant in this community. I appreciate your commitment, and I have seen that discerning spirit in you. You are extremely gifted. And of course, I've written down what you said at the end, that the journey to the destination is just as important as the arrival at the destination. Powerful words, Madam Akiba. I thank you. We move on to our last.
Director?
Oh yes, you want to stop and start, Mr. Carr?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Carr. So up next, and he's our last, but definitely not least, is Brother Sky. And Brother Sky's name is Reverend Stephen Kofi Yiboa. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Please correct me, Brother Sky, if I did not say this right. And Brother Sky
Yes,
is
please.
it's correct, Brother Sky?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And Brother Sky is the Executive Director for Africa Affairs. Brother Sky, the floor is yours.
Great, great, great. Happy New Year to you all, great community. Yes, Doctor, thank you. And thank you all the executive and those on the call this evening here in West Africa and also in the afternoon. Those are in the morning, I greet you all. Yes, it's a great honor, great time to be alive and also to be part of this wonderful community. As I started my journey in TAG in 2020, that is a late part of 2020 during the COVID time. It was through Uncle Awatrin, Isaac Awatrin, a colleague with me at the office who introduced TAG to me. So I listened to him, and then I'm an IT engineer by profession, so I knew a lot about what Bitcoin has done in the world. And when he said there's something called tag and it's coming from our own, I looked into it and I decided to join without any further questions or asking any more questions. And after joining, yes, as the question goes, why did I buy tag? I said I saw what Bitcoin did in the world. When we heard about Bitcoin, we didn't know this was what it was going to do, and it has surprised everyone. So I said, no, I told my brother that tag, I will not let it pass me by. I will get some of tag and hold because I know what Bitcoin has done in the world from 2009 to 2020 as at that time. So I decided to get involved and also buy some of the coins for myself, for my family and hold. Yes. And then the journey in TAG is, it has not been easy here. Yes, but in 2021, because of my radio program, I've been on the radio since 2013 up to date. So, ministering the gospel to my locality and my community. So I decided to talk about tag on the radio. That is after the new year in 2021. And a lot of people, the first day I spoke about tag on the radio, the number of calls that we got there, it wasn't easy. So I directed all of them to Mr. Watson and Mr. Steven at that time, who was the leaders here around that time. And they were just getting the people involved and registering them. So that is how it has been. And talking about the future, yes, journey in future. So far, yes, as we all know, when I told my people Chief will be coming here, that was last 2 years, December. Unfortunately, he couldn't come, so it became something else. And then when we started last year, we had information that Chief will come again. So I told them from January that Chief will be coming to Ghana. And then when he comes to Ghana, he will pass through Bruno East and visit us so that we will see our CEO and the leader of TAG, the man behind TAG, and the visionary man. So when Chief came here in June, in fact, it was difficult and even not so willing. The man or Bruno East was not part of the venue or the agenda. It was only part of the list, but fortunately, because of the voice note I sent to Mr. Francis and Chief. They discussed and a lot, as Chief have always been saying, and he came down to Bunu East. And after coming here, we all know the story. For the past, I would say, months now, great things are happening here in Bunu East. And a lot of people in my community are coming into TAG. They are buying TAG and they are holding TAG a lot of education is going on in our community here. Yes, so talking about the future, I personally know that TAG will become the currency for Africa and the people of diaspora in the near future. I know we will go beyond, and this we normally say TAG is going uphill. We will go through the moon and through the skies and through the heavens. Yes, that is the future of TAG. It will become something great for all of us. So I don't want to joke with it. So I'm getting my people involved. I'm placing them at the right place so that they will position themselves well for the uncommon blessing and uncommon wealth that is coming to our people and to ourselves. That is the near future. I mean, okay, so being part of the we are praying the future as usual. We are doing our best, and here I see the future from now. So I know we are already in the future. And our role is to make sure that whatever we have said, tag will surely come to pass. And then all the people and the community that we have, the global community and the people we have around, we will be able to see ourselves and have a very great family created by ourselves. As we've always been saying, we have been under control for so many years now, and up to now, we are still not free entirely. So I know through TAG, we will have our freedom financially, mentally, and whatever we want to do, we can be people of ourselves that we will create what world that we want to create, the beauty of the world that we want to create, that people will not dictate for us and create our world for us, and now force us to do things against our own will. Yes, so talking about the words of okay, wisdom and motivation, what I will tell the community is that we should all have hope and continue to hold on with our faith and believe in ourselves that we will do it. I always say that no one will do it for us. If you are looking into or for somebody to come and help us, nobody is willing to help. We have to help ourselves, and we can do it together. If only we come together as a team, as a family, as a community, we can do it together. And at the end of the day, we will all be filled with the joy that we have been looking for the past years. So thank you very much, Doctor, and thank you all, those on the call this evening. That's a little I have to say concerning TAG.
Brother Sky, you are so very welcome. Brother Sky, we thank you for your words of wisdom. I have been writing so much since you've been speaking. Like what you said about TAC, that we will go to the moon, to the stars, to the heavens. Really, the sky is the limit for TAC. But you also said that we have to have hope and we have to believe in ourselves. We have to do it together and that we can do it together. Brother Sky, I want to thank you for your commitment to TAC. Because of your radio show, because of what you have done through your radio show, so many people have joined TAC. I thank you. Bono East is a beacon for TAC. And I want to tell you how much the TAC family appreciate you and what you have done and what you continue to do. Thank you. To the 5 of you who gave your testimonies today, we appreciate you. I'm sure if we were in a place where we could show you our appreciation, we would be on our feet, giving you a standing ovation and clapping for you. You are all giants in TAC, and we appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So this was the first part. So the second part, we now open it up to the floor. I'm sure a lot of you all have questions because we've been seeing some in the forums. So now it's your turn. And again, I want to say, no matter how if you think the question is simple, this is okay. It is okay. I say as a professor to my students all the time, if you do not understand, you do not understand. So ask the question if you do not understand. And if there's something you need to know, we will answer you. So the floor is open to you, Tiashans. The leaders are on hand to answer your questions. Some of you are muted because you came into the training muted. So if you want to speak, just raise your hand and we will unmute you. Okay, the floor is yours, Tiashans.
Someone has on video, Dofia Agbati. Thank you.
Oh. No questions? This is
Don't be shy,
surprising.
dear friends. No, don't be shy. This is your time. Ask your questions. As the director said, no question is a small or trivial one. It just means you don't have the understanding. That's why you have the question. So feel free.
And if anybody has a comment, you're free to say something as well. If you want to comment or say anything to the 5 people who spoke, or here are some hands up. Let me. Okay. So some people were asked to speak. Did you have a question? Okay. To speak. So you can unmute and speak.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead. You sounded very, very soft.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, hello, Mr.
Yeah.
Sa. Go ahead, Mr.
Yeah,
Sa.
Sanyama from Freetown, Sierra Leone.
Hello.
Yeah. First and foremost, I want to thank and appreciate all TAC members, particularly the executive management. We've been doing a very wonderful job. And I want to command the elements of the universe to continue to give you the strength and all of us the strength and wisdom for us to achieve the grand purpose for which TAC has been established. I have just 2 questions, so I can put them, the 2 questions in one. TAC, the establishment of the exchange has had a lot of other handles attached to it. But particularly, I want to ask about going live on TAC exchange. Would we be able to get the base price on the very moment we are going live on the exchange? That's one question. The other question is, what is the state of the Visa cards that the House had agreed that we will try to have as part of the TAC handle? Those are my 2 questions. I want to thank you once more.
Thank you, Mr. Sa. Okay, leaders,
Yeah.
Chief of Staff would like to answer that.
Good evening, everyone. Yes, Mr. Sanyama, my brother. Your question, I didn't get the first question correctly, but the second question is concerning the Visa card. Yes, everything will be incorporated on the exchange once we go live. It's a step by step, as Chief Abundance has always reminded us. Going live is not an event; it's a process. You know, I was opportune. I was opportune or privileged to be one of the first users of Binance, and I see how this exchange metamorphosed into what it is today, how it underwent update to update to update. As somebody who started using Facebook in 2014, got updated from time to time, so it's not an it's never it's an never ending process. But the Visa card will be implemented as we go live, and the functionality will be there for people to buy and spend their crypto using their Visa card. So your second question, I don't get it. I didn't get it very well. Please, can you ask it again?
The first question was or is, will the base price be uh, manifested or be shown on the exchange as it goes
Went
live?
off. I don't know if you hear me.
Will the base price of TAC appear on the exchange as it goes live?
The base price what?
Will the base price appear on
Okay,
the
with the
exchange?
base price. Okay,
I
the
think there's a
exchange when we
problem
go
with
live.
the network.
Will the
Did you?
base price appear on the exchange? Should the exchange go live? Will it be there? Because
Okay,
we are
based
looking
on
at,
the information we have at hand,
yeah.
the what we have what once we go live on the exchange, that can go up. Okay, now if I want to inform me today that the price on the exchange should be changed to $20. So now when we go live on the exchange, that can go to $10,000. Uh now let's say we go to the exchange at $10,000 for example. That can go to $100,000, but no, if it's coming down, it will never come down below $10,000. So whatever price will go live on, if it's coming down, it will not come down below that price that we went live on the exchange at. Okay.
Okay.
Hello,
Thank you so much.
hello,
You're
Okay,
welcome.
thank you, Chief of Staff. Mr.
hello,
Vashima, go ahead, Mr. Vashima.
hello. My name is Veshima Tezungwe Victor, the state coordinator, Benue State, Nigeria. My question goes like this. Are you listening to me?
We are listening. You're loud and clear. Go
Okay.
ahead.
I don't want to be seen as a pessimist, but my question is, I'm not I didn't follow Bitcoin very much, but there wasn't, if I'm right or wrong, I noticed that there wasn't so much uh, campaign calling to people. It seems everything was shrouded in secrecy because some of us were not even aware of it, and it came from behind and went so high. The price was so high, but our TAC, there is so much education, and somebody may be thinking that if there are so many people invited, the thing, won't it be so much crowded? What do we need so much people? Bitcoin was hidden to so many people, and yet it's so high. So if it was hidden to so many, yet it's so high, is it not opposite that TAC, the campaign for so many people to join, won't it make it such that the price will drop when it is loaded on exchange subsequently? That's my question.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Vishmar from Benue State, you are welcome. Well, I would like to correct the impression. Bitcoin did not come secretly and went up in price like that. I mean, you can go back to and start educating yourself about people that actually publicize Bitcoin. These guys gave in their tears, sweat, and blood. Some of them, some of them even had seminars that had blank hall. But I mean, I remember this guy's lecture, Andres Antonopoulos, one of the foremost Bitcoin educator. When he invited people for his lectures, the hall was empty, and he said that in years to come, people are going to fill this hall, and these people will come to listen to Bitcoin's lecture. And in his lifetime, it happened.
Yeah.
So there, and I watched series of videos of people who were selling Bitcoin on the street of America, and people were laughed at. Some of them were mocked. Some of them were called names. Some of them were saying, some of them were asked to go away. We don't need your Bitcoin. We don't. They were called all manner of names. You listen to people like Andres. Listen to people like Michael Novogratz. These people took Bitcoin to what it is today. So Bitcoin didn't just come from behind and went to what it is today. No, people paid the price. The same
Okay.
price we are paying today to publicize it around the world. People paid that price. It started as a joke
Yes.
until in 2020 when so when it went to $20,000 when it started to become mainstream. It's catching fire, and people are feel it. So Bitcoin didn't come. Just say that is right way to put it. The information didn't get to you. So that is why we're trying as much as possible to educate people. I mean, that is what we're trying as much as possible to do. nook and cranny, so that there's this saying that goes once bitten twice shy. For the fact that you miss Bitcoin doesn't mean you should miss TAC. uh Bitcoin achieve its success on the backs of human beings who pay the price. You can go, the evidences are there. It didn't just come like that. These people, the same way we are paying the price in TAC today, these people came and paid the price. So the information didn't just reach you. And now that you have TAC, now that the information of TAC has reached you, now you better take it serious. Again, cryptocurrency it's a game of numbers, just like any other platform in this world. Everything in this world is a game of numbers. That is why when politicians go out to campaign, they campaign for numbers, supporters. The higher your supporters, the higher your chances of winning an election. Trump just won an election in US. He won it by majority vote. The swing states, the blue states, and the red states, he got majority vote. So it's a game of numbers. Facebook, Zuka, you don't we use WhatsApp, we use Telegram, we use Facebook, we don't pay a dime. How do they make their money? They make their money because they have billions of people using it. It's the same thing with cryptocurrency. You
Okay.
must have people using it. All right, thank you very much.
Oh,
But
all right.
that is
Th-
thank you,
Thanks so
Mr.
much,
Bushim.
Chief of Staff, for that explanation. I wasn't just, I'm made to understand that I was not just aware of Bitcoin. It wasn't shrouded in secrecy. And now I'm going to take my tack seriously. That is my pledge.
Wonderful. But Chief of Staff, isn't that the whole concept of economics? I mean, I'm not an economist, but the more demand you have for something which is in short supply, the more it will drive the price of that commodity up. So it's the same thing with cryptocurrency. The more
Yes,
people
yes,
we have
yes.
demanding it, and especially with the coins in short supply, that is where the
Mm.
price is going to go through the roof. So that is
Yes.
why it's so
Yes,
important to
yes,
expand the
director.
base.
There is a direct relation between price, demand, and supply. So the three affects one another, yeah. So
Mm-hmm,
when the demand goes up and supply is low, the
mm-hmm,
price gets driven up. And
right,
vice versa, when you have the supply is high, the demand is low, the price is gonna go down.
right,
So there's a direct relation between all of them.
right.
So our aim is to have the demand extremely high, and as we continue to hold our tack and supply is limited, it will drive the price up.
Exactly. Which is so there here we have the importance of holding our coins, you know? Yep. Okay, any more questions, Tiashans? The floor is open. It's your turn.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Okay, I'm Sonia Diele, the coordinator from Lagos State in Nigeria. I just want
Okay, Miss.
to appreciate those that have spoken, especially our brother from Ghana, brother Sky, for the
Mm-hmm,
effort he have put to make TAC what is it today. And I also want to appreciate our brother Victor Ngere. That's just, I saw him. I did not know that he just joined TAC newly because last year it's just I don't even know it is up to a year, but he has been acting so much, even putting more effort to see that TAC grows up. So I just want to appreciate the leaders for the effort they have been putting. Our chief of staff have not been sleeping, have always been on the work. And also Dr. Delia for your efforts and the resilient effort you have been putting to make sure that everything is put in place. I see every effort you have been putting. I also pray that God will continue to keep us alive, that we will enjoy the fruit of our labors, and also be among those that will share the testimony of TAG. So this is my little contribution as let me share to the house. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sunny. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, any more questions, Tiashans? Here's somebody with their hand up. Let me allow you to speak. Mr. Ilya Alkali, you want to unmute? Do you want to say something? We are very quiet house today.
Okay, doctor.
Go ahead. Let me see. Mr. Victor, that's you?
Yes,
Go
ma'am.
ahead. Go
Thank
ahead,
you.
Mr. Victor.
Yeah, I'm also very happy the chief of staff is here. Someone actually spoke with me, was it yesterday or day before yesterday, with almost a similar question Mr. Sa Nyama from Liberia or Sierra Leone have just asked. And this was the question, and this was how I answered him. He said whether they targeted $15,000 to go live on the exchange has been achieved. And here was my answer. And I said, if it has been achieved, nothing would have stopped Chief Abundance or the Chief of Staff to announce to the general community. Two is that counting by countries where TACC is represented, we have up to 57 nations across the globe where TACC is represented. And out of that 57 nations, daily bulletin from Chief Abundance was reporting that we were only having up to, from 9 countries, it rose to 10, 11, and I think most lately it rose to up to, is it 17 countries that were beginning to report of their activities daily. So if out of 57, only 17 countries were reporting, and variance in terms of populations, in my own opinion, I do not think and I cannot say that 15,000 target to go live is actually met. So that was the angle I think Mr. Nyamasa or Nyama, yeah, Sa Nyama was asking from. So I think from here, I do not know if Chief of Staff could also say one or two things, if I got it right or I got it wrong. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Victor. Chief of Staff, do you have a response to that?
Yeah, Mr. Victor, you're on point. What you have explained to the gentleman is nothing but the truth. Um, what Mr. Sanyama has asked and what the answer I've given so far is what will be. If we go live at $10,000 and TAC reaches $100,000, and because the crypto goes up and down, it retraces, and that is why it's called volatile. So it is we that are building this space, and it's a privilege that in the future it will be that it is us that actually built this, not another person building it for us. So it's we taking our destiny into our hands, and we will do it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Ilya Alkali?
Okay, thank you, Director. My name is Ilya Alkali, a State Coordinator, Kaduna State, Nigeria. Some Tiashans asked me a question. I answered them based on my understanding. But I will ask this question so that I can get more knowledge. They asked me that why some years back we launched TACC for the first time, and this year or last year, December, we launched TACC again, which we are on the process. This means maybe some years to come, are we going to launch tech again? So I answered them based on my understanding. So please, let me get more educate. Thank you.
Thank you,
Director.
Mr.
Yes, Mr. Elia, my brother, sir. Um, if I heard you correctly, they say we launched TAC in 2020, 2021. Is that it?
Yes.
And we also launched TAC in December. And they are also saying that in the future we're also going to launch TAC. Okay. In in 20 TAC gave, remember, TAC gave birth in 2019, and we did what we call fundraising. I remember, I believe you are a founding member, Mr. Elia, and
Yes.
the names of, yes, the names of founding members is documented, and it will be there on our website forever and ever. And these founding members were visionaries who never saw each other, and they didn't even see the coin yet, but they were sending in money because of the trust we had in each other for their coins to be reserved for them. Now, when the funds were available, where they started coming in, it was, remember, it was done in rounds. When we achieved that milestone, we moved to the next level. We started building websites. We started, the contract was given to build our coin. And now when you build a coin, you are doing what in the cryptocurrency space, just like in the traditional market, you do what you call an IPO, taking the company public. In this space now, you do, when we started in those days, you do an ICO, initial coin offering. But in ICO, it is not transparent because the person will just end up running away with your money. We have been burnt like that. We that did ICO, we've been burnt like that. And then we now got involved in IEO, and the IEO is to raise our soft cap of $2.5 million for us to be, for our coin to be launched on the exchange. And in order for you to achieve this, it's kind of a validation that you have a community behind your project. It's not just pump and dump. It means for you to raise your soft cap, it means you truly have people behind your project, people that believe in this project. Now, when we achieved our target of raising our soft cap of $2.5 million, we went live on January 1st, 2021. That is another milestone. And ever since then, there was no launch again. The launching was done in 20, the first launch was done when we raised our soft cap um of $2.5 million. What happened subsequently was we burnt our coins. Remember, the total supply of our coins was around 2 billion, but we burnt it to now 50 million. That was done. Those, some of the activities were done, but now this launching that we are doing now, because for you to be on somebody else's exchange, it's like you are living in a rented apartment, and this person can do it. Those of us that live in Africa, that tenants, the kind of battle that tenants have with their landlords, you know, and in the sense that when you buy a car, your landlord will be jealous of you buying a car. So you can't trade on people's exchange, and for the fact that Chief Abundance was pulling this kind of a community, and these people are saying that, okay, this guy is really serious about this thing. He was even doubting, the person that did their IE1, the person was doubting that Chief will be able to pull this thing off. And when Chief put it through, some things started happening, and we saw that no, we have to take our destiny into our hands. Let us build our own exchange because we can do it. We can do it. That is why when Chief said, okay, let us move to our own exchange, let us build our own exchange. Hence the reason why we have to initiate our second round of hard cap. The hard cap now will enable us to launch our exchange, which we are building now, and it will also enable us to carry our programs, among which are Afro Diasporan City, our Afro Diaspora Initiative of Africa Rollback Malaria Program, Afro Caribbean Cup of Nations, all these things. So the launch of TAC by the second launch of TAC, which we are doing now, is just two: the soft cap and the hard cap. But while we're able to achieve our soft cap of $2.5 million, our hard cap of $500 million, it seems as if it might take us a while. Because I don't want to say it's impossible, because it is not impossible. But however, our exchange will be launched and will go live. So there is no many launch on TAC. We just have two launch. Okay, just two launch, the hard cap and the soft cap. The hard cap is what we are doing now. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate.
Thank you, Chief of Staff. Any other questions before we wrap up?
Hello, can I come in?
Go ahead, Mr. Vince.
It's a privilege to be in this honorable community. I'm calling from Papua New Guinea. I just have a simple question in regard to staking. Would it be allowed to use the 75% that is locked, the coin that are locked, to do staking or not? Thank you.
Well,
Thank you, Ms.
yes, thank you, sir. That will not be allowed until your coins are fully released to you. That is when you're able to stake. Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. Any other questions? Any other questions? Okay. Before I ask Chief of Staff to say the final words, I want to just remind all of you all that we have a seminar. So other than the trainings, but on the January 25th, the usual training on Saturday will be replaced by a 4-hour long seminar. The flyers are in the forums and I will keep on posting them. But at that seminar, there'll be 3 main topics. There'll be a topic on staking, like we just had a question on staking. There will be a talk on hot and cold wallets. I know a lot of people have been asking about that. And finally, there'll be a talk on what now that we have reached the exchange. How do you cash out? The steps that we need to take with TACC. Very, very important topics, because these are some of the questions that we've been hearing from all of you. So please put that into your calendar so that you can commit these 4 hours to learning about TACC, because we are going to go on the exchange. You will need to know a lot of information, especially on trading, staking, and everything that we will present to you. So please, the 25th of January, the times are on the flyer. We'll be doing it via StreamYard, and I will be giving you more information about that later. So that's it. Chief of Staff, do you have any final words for us?
Yes, please. I would like to thank you, Dr. Delia, for pulling this training together. Our brother Joeka for assisting in this regard. I also want to thank the speakers, our able brother, Mr. Victor Ngari, the Assistant National Executive Coordinator for Nigeria, Ms. Nikiba James, the Caribbean Youth Ambassador, Mrs. Tini Kofu, our South African National Executive Coordinator, Brother Stephen Kofi Yebua, our African Director. I think these are the people that spoke so far, right?
Mr. Brown as
Okay,
well,
then I want
NC Brown.
Mr.
NC
S.B.
Brown as
Brown,
well.
our National Executive Coordinator for Jamaica. Yes, thank you for your experience, for expressing your experiences in TAC, and for letting us know how and why you got involved in TAC. It's really, really heartwarming to hear your points of view. I want to remind our people that what we are trying to do here is something that the world has never seen. And I did a voice note few days ago where Chief Abundance made a very profound statement that TAC is a journey that must be traveled, regardless of how difficult it might be. But I want to ask our people: we have been born into this system. This system has sucked our energy. It has lied to us. It has lied to us. It has uh, it has It has bullied us. It has put fear inside of us. It has disconnected us from our source. Yes, that is what the system has done. The system has disconnected us from the source. The source of abundance. Abundance is our birthright. Literally, brothers and sisters, abundance is our birthright. There is no human being. There is no human being that should lack. Look, literally speaking, there is no human being that should lack. Yes, you can't always have the rich among you, all these things. The Chinese have lifted 800 million of their people out of poverty using technology. The Japanese, the Jews consider poverty a curse. The only people that eulogize poverty are Africans. We see poverty as being holy. And it's a conditioner, is what the system has done to us. It has infected us into believing that we are lesser than. No. And for some of us, Ms. Nikiba made a profound statement. She said, why some people might look at this 4-year journey as being long, what she saw is learning. She learned a lot. What you are trying to build in TACC is not just about the money. It is not Bitcoin that made people millionaires. It is people that turned Bitcoin into millions and billions. It is human beings like you and I that made Bitcoin to be worth 2 trillion market cap as it is now. They gave their life to it. They said, we are tired of the system. Satoshi said, I can't fight the system with guns. I can't fight the system with military. And nobody can fight the government. The US is the highest budget military on planet, followed by China, followed by Russia. You can't fight these people. But Satoshi said, no, but I have a way of fighting them. Let me create an alternative system. And here we are in the cryptocurrency space. We have a weapon in our hands, a weapon that will destroy poverty forever and ever. What are we willing to do with it? Are we going to sit and give excuses? Are we going to start calling names and saying Chief Abundance is using delay tactics? No. No. I really wish our people can just take time. Take time and study the history of Bitcoin. Study the history, just take time and study the history of 3 billionaires in this world that have made it and see if it was easy for them. Some of them had nervous breakdown. Some of them fainted. Some of them were hospitalized. It's not an easy road to be traveled, brothers and sisters, for you to give birth to anything that the world has never seen. It is not an easy thing. It's literally the evident in a mother when she's pregnant. Some people, I was watching this comment on YouTube, and this gentleman was insisting that he would go into the labor room with his wife. When he saw his wife giving birth, he fainted. It's not an easy. It's the same thing we are trying to give birth to TACC. It will not be easy. Some of us will faint. Some of us will get tired. Some of us will speak negatively. Some of us will complain. But nothing is going to stop us. We must unite, brothers and sisters, whether we like it or not. Madam Tini said, Ubuntu. Ubuntu means humanity. I am because you are. You are because I am. We cannot do this alone. And nobody is coming to save us. The moment we allow people to come and save us, then we become their slaves. And prayer is not going to do it too. Have you ever seen the Chinese president come on TV and say, let us pray for China? No. Have you ever seen the American president say, let us pray for America, or the Japanese prime minister say, let us pray for Japan? They work. They put in the work. Madam Tini said, we must roll our sleeves. We must get to work. This is the era of work. And with crypto, the wealth we will create is unlimited. It's my people, it is unlimited. Imagine what 100,000 Bitcoin, $100,000 TACC would be in your wallet, and it is going to happen. But we must put in the work. Chief has said it over and over again. For us to get what we have never had in life, we must be able to do things that we have never done. It must require a new way of thinking. it must require a work that has never been done. You must put in the work that you have never put in your life. You want a billion? Put in a billion work. But we can do it, and we will do it. So thank you, brothers and sisters. I want to appreciate you. We must remain consistent, and we must remain united. We must continue supporting our chief. It's not an easy to lead our people. For people to, we have every tribe in TACC. We have Black Americans in TACC. We have Caribbeans in TACC. We have even the Caucasians in TACC. We have Chinese. We have Indians. We have the Tiv, Igbos, Yoruba, Igala. We have every tribe. We have Mada. We have every tribe in TACC. It's not easy to rule people like this that come from different backgrounds. But we can do it. We must unite under one umbrella called the Japonians Community Coin. And we must be known as people who stood in the gap for their own people. We must do this for our ancestors, and we must do this for our children yet unborn. Thank you, everyone. It's a pleasure once again.
Well said, Chief of Staff. Thank you for your words of wisdom. We appreciate you, Chief of Staff. We really do. And we appreciate the captain of our ship, Chief Abundance, who is steering our ship in the right direction, and he's doing it so effectively. Listen, this training today has been so inspiring. I want to thank all of you who contributed to the training. I want to thank you, Tiashans, and I hope that you're as inspired or even more inspired than I am. Okay, so it's the end. Yes, until we meet again. So let's unmute and say goodbye and anything you want to say.
Dr. Delia, goodbye.
Awesome.
Bye-bye.
Yes, my man.
Everyone,
Davis, goodbye.
bye.
Chief of Staff, bye. Thank you so much. Good night, everyone. Good night.
One love, everybody.
Redemption.
Put your money in TACC, put your money in TACC, invest and show that your money come back. Put your money in TACC, put your money in TACC, invest and show that your money come back. Everybody say, one child, one youth, one TACC, one child, one youth, one TACC, 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 TACC. Become financially free, join the abundance community, diaspora city. Yeah, we got global accessibility, your future, your currency. Everybody say, one child, one youth, one TACC, one child, one youth, one TACC, 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 TACC. Become financially free. Join the Abundance Community Diaspora City. Contact our website or social media for more info. Everybody say, one child, one youth, one TACC, one child, one youth, one TACC, TACC.